Once again, 50 Cent is stirring major controversy, this time revealing explosive claims that he says never made it into his Netflix documentary about Sean "Diddy" Combs. According to 50, the project contained far more material than could fit into just 4 episodes, forcing his team to leave out several shocking allegations. One of the most surprising, he claims, involves Diddy secretly fathering a child with a woman who was once romantically linked to the late Tupac Shakur, a story reportedly cut simply due to time constraints. Rather than saving the unused footage for a future season, 50 hinted that he may release the extra revelations directly on YouTube. Since the documentary aired, he also says more insiders have begun reaching out with additional information, fueling even more speculation about his ongoing feud with Diddy. While some critics argue that 50 Cent is merely chasing attention or stirring drama, comedian TK Kirkland believes the real motivation runs much deeper. According to Kirkland, many people are overlooking a crucial detail. Out of all the women in the world, Diddy allegedly chose to become involved with the mother of 50 Cent's child, something that, in his view, may explain why 50 has been so relentless in exposing Diddy.
Out of all the women in the world that Diddy could have gotten with, he chose 50 Cent's baby mother.
There's a lot of variables to this particular question. Because I talk to a lot of people, older, younger, even my daughter, who's 22, she didn't understand it. So people give their opinion based on what they've experienced and their environment, people they've been around. So to the people that understand boundaries and respect, I always tell men you should never date another man's girl if you're not aware of it. If you know it, then it's wrong.
TK Kirkland didn't hold back when explaining why he believes the situation struck such a deep nerve with 50 Cent. In his view, getting involved with the mother of another man's child, especially someone you already have tension with, is a serious sign of disrespect. Kirkland emphasized that throughout his entire life, he has never knowingly pursued a woman who had previously been with one of his friends, because to him that crosses an unspoken line of loyalty and respect. What makes the situation even more questionable, he argued, is that Sean "Diddy" Combs is not a man short on opportunities. He has fame, wealth, and access to people all over the world. With endless options available, Kirkland believes the decision to become involved with 50 Cent's child's mother could hardly be viewed as coincidence. Instead, he suggests it may have been a deliberate move, especially considering the long-standing tension and public rivalry that has existed between Diddy and 50 Cent for years.
But he went after the baby mother of one of his rivals.
Exactly.
Someone who had been taking shots at him for years.
Absolutely.
On purpose.
And he went after her knowing that they had beef.
Right. And slutted her out.
Slut her out.
Just slutted her out.
Slut her out.
Having a whole basketball team run a train on her.
Totally
and
did. I
just
totally
the whole
agree.
thing, right?
Totally agree.
Right.
But his reputation from when he worked at Uptown, I'll be sure's girlfriend.
Oh, Kim Porter.
Kim Porter.
Right.
That's his reputation.
I'll be sure his baby mother.
Baby mama.
Yeah.
Then Eric Serum, his friend, the one that she had his baby, Mia. So he's had a reputation of going after people.
Tupac's ex-girlfriend.
Tupac's ex-girlfriend.
He got a baby with her too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my point that I'm making to the men listening, well, if you don't understand this, then you're just poorly educated and don't really have common sense. It's a no-no. There's no way I would go after Vlad's ex-girlfriend.
Right.
I'm so loyal that if I met a woman and she said, "Oh yeah, I used to date Vlad," I can't with you, baby.
Right.
I won't even put my, excuse my language, because that's how I move. Other people don't move like that, but you see me in Paris, you see me all over the world. Why would I want to do that to mess up a relationship?
While 50 Cent's documentary has generated massive buzz and widespread praise, not everyone is celebrating its success. Gene Deal, a former associate of Sean "Diddy" Combs, has stepped forward with serious allegations, claiming that certain parts of the documentary were not entirely original. According to Deal, some of the concepts and insights presented in the project closely mirror ideas he had previously shared, yet he says he received no credit for them. His comments have sparked fresh debate around the documentary, raising questions about whether key contributions may have been overlooked behind the scenes and adding another unexpected layer of controversy to an already explosive story.
I seen an interview about, he said that he had, a lot of footage had to be down, the documentary had to be downsized. You understand? I don't really believe that, because a documentary is a documentary. And they could have had 45 minutes, they could have had an hour, to each one of those. You understand? They left out certain things. He said they even left out the one about Sarah Chapman. You understand? And for whatever reason, he probably left out a lot of other different stars too. Situations that they could have spoke about. You understand? I have a problem with the documentary. And I'm just gonna let you know that the reason I have a problem with the documentary is that they know that they took my idea. You understand? They know that when I came to them, I laid out what they should do and how the documentary should be. You understand? She can say whatever she want to say. I talked to those producers before I even talked to her. They wanted to know what I had, what I was bringing, my pictures, all that stuff like that. And I told them about me, Tim, and Kirk. You understand what I'm saying? And how it would go. They did the same thing. This ain't the first time they stole from me, man. If you look at the Notorious Big, if you watch the Notorious Big, that part about the shoes, I had that in my book. And I was talking to K.O. Copeland. He was one of the writers of that movie. And I told him about when I let Big use my shoes at Soul Train Award. You had this old flunky ass dude, Mike B, get on Angie Martinez's show and talk about, yo, Big, he wore mixed max shoes and he went out there and performed. When you go look at the film, when you go look at Big performing that on that show, ain't nothing mixed match about them shoes. There was $800 Maury's, size 14D. Big wore a 14E. E means that his shoes is a little wider than mine. He struggled, but he put them motherfuckers on and he went out there and performed. Those was my Gators that he had on. You understand? They did a little skit trying to disrespect me in the movie. You understand? And they said something about, oh, we got this from Big Sexy.
Gene Deal also weighed in on the growing rumors that 50 Cent may release additional unreleased footage online in the near future. According to Deal, if that extra content does surface, it may be nearly impossible for Sean Diddy Combs to stop it. He pointed out that if Diddy truly had the power to shut the documentary down, it likely would have been blocked long before it ever reached the public. In Deal's view, the fact that the project was able to move forward, and continues to gain attention, says a lot about how much influence Diddy may or may not still hold behind the scenes. His comments have only intensified speculation about what unseen footage might reveal, and whether even more revelations could soon emerge online.
That documentary, and if 50 do another one, and I heard he's gonna put it on YouTube or do whatever he's gonna do it, Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do with that. Puff ain't gonna have nothing to do to try to stop that, because he can't. Because if he could stop it, it would have been stopped. You know why he can't stop it? Because Puff know people right there at Netflix. Don't think he don't. And I don't know if this guy still worked for them, but he was part of the Flavor Unit, Shakim. He was part of the Flavor Unit. He was good friends, he was cool with Puff and them. Flavor Unit and them, Queen Latifah and them, they was cool with Puff. If Puff would have sent a cease and desist over there, and they could do it, and he had the power and they wasn't right, they would have been done it. You see it's still rolling, right? It's still going on, right? He ain't got that power no more. You understand? Now, could he sue them because they used his likeness or used them and stuff like that? I don't know. I'm not that versed in they using him. You understand? If they could steal your whole damn idea, your whole damn idea, why can't they steal your whole damn intellectual property?
Gene Deal also opened up about what he described as Sean Diddy Combs' long-standing obsession with Tupac Shakur, claiming it shaped far more of Diddy's life and decisions than most people realize. According to Deal, this fixation went beyond simple rivalry. It became a psychological complex that influenced how Diddy moved within the industry, how he viewed competition, and even how he responded to situations involving people connected to Tupac. In Deal's perspective, the shadow of Tupac lingered over many of Diddy's choices, quietly dictating his reactions, strategies, and relationships behind the scenes, adding yet another intriguing layer to the already complicated history surrounding these iconic figures in hip-hop.
I did see the interview that 50 did with Sherry, and he was talking about he didn't release the video about Puff having a kid by Kim Porter's friend, Sarah Chapman. Now, we all know that she used to date Tupac. You understand? So either he got her because he wanted some remnants of Tupac. We don't know. But it seemed like every dude that he had some kind of disdain, dislike, or that he idolized in a sense, he wanted their girl. Or he wanted to be a part of their girl. I don't know why. Yo, bro, this dude was, I don't know if he was in love or in hate for Tupac. He wanted to be an actor. He auditioned for, I think he auditioned for Juice. But Pac beat him out for that Bishop thing. You understand what I'm saying? He wanted to be a part of that. Just go, and not so many years ago, when Puff started getting into that drugs and started using drug stuff, he started revamping some of Tupac's speeches. And if you think I'm lying, go look at the Grammy speech he did. Go look at a couple of speeches he did. It was the same exact words Tupac had said. That he was gonna start this whole revolutionary of our people. That's Tupac. Black Lives Matter, the Black Liberation Movement, that was Pac. The Black Liberation Movement. Black Lives Matter? Come on, bro. This dude, everybody know that he had some kind of, I don't want to say disdain taste, but he had some kind of, jealousy of Tupac, bro. He had this jealousy of Tupac.
However, some critics argue that the documentary is not entirely transparent. One detail that immediately caught the attention of many viewers was how little the film discussed Kim Porter. She was Sean Diddy Combs' longtime partner and the mother of several of his children, making her a significant figure in his personal life. Porter passed away suddenly in 2018 at the age of just 47. The official cause of death was listed as pneumonia, but her unexpected passing has continued to spark speculation and debate among many people online. After all, Kim Porter had been closely connected to Diddy for many years and was present during a major chapter of his life.
Do you think that Diddy killed Kim Porter?
Absolutely.
Why?
Because of all the videotapes, because of the book, because of all the people she gave copies of her book to, or at least chapters, because of everything that she had on him, because of the tape that she used to blackmail him into a relationship and into a raise of him being sodomized by Andre Harrell. And I am not saying that allegedly, because I heard her and Kim Noor talking about it in the booth of the bathroom while snorting cocaine at the Kit Kat.
She witnessed his personal life, his business dealings, and much of what happened behind closed doors. Yet the documentary barely explored her story. According to several sources, the project may have deliberately avoided focusing on Kim Porter, possibly because the subject was considered too sensitive or controversial. Gene Deal has claimed that he knew Kim personally and even looked out for her at times, which is why he believes she was aware of far more than people realize. In his view, Kim Porter wasn't just a partner in Diddy's life. She was someone who had a front row seat to many of the moments that unfolded behind the scenes.
It was alleged that she did have a book and that her book was about to come out. And she was talking about all the perils, everything that she went through in the music business and with Diddy. All the men that they slept with together, because there were men that they slept with together. There were swinging times that they slept with together. I don't know, man. How do you put your girl through some shit like that? Or how you look at your girl and knowing that she's in another dude? What kind of demonic mind you have to be that far gone where that shit don't bother you? And got rid of them. They swimming with the fishes.
Wow, man. So she was about to expose all that in her book, them sleeping with men together.
She was gonna expose everything. I heard it was tell all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Just curious, right? Did you know that Diddy and Kim had that type of relationship back then in real time?
Yeah. Yep. Because I know somebody personally that lives in Atlanta that was swinging with them, and I would never mention his name because he's a good brother and he knows my family down there. You know, he knows my family down there, and I would never, put his name out there like that. He's been in the music business. He done put a lot of groups, A-listed groups out there, especially A-listed groups from Atlanta.
But none of that context made it into the documentary. Instead, viewers were shown only a few photos of Kim Porter, briefly noting that she was the mother of Sean Diddy Combs' children before the film quickly moved on. For someone who played such a significant role in his life, that silence raised serious questions among many viewers. Comedian Mark Curry has also shared a troubling story involving Kim and Diddy, claiming that Diddy allegedly had ways of monitoring her private conversations and would become angry when he heard something he didn't like. Curry recalled one particular moment when Diddy reportedly became furious after learning about a phone conversation Kim had with music executive Shakir Stewart, and according to Curry, the situation later escalated when Diddy confronted Stewart at a party and allegedly attacked him with a chair.
It was the other day they just did a whole thing with the girl that he was dating was the one that was putting the wiretaps and all of that out. It was a clear case. She came, okay, hey, I was the one who was doing the wiretaping and all of this, right? The tapping. So I knew about this before she came out and said that she was the one that was doing it. I was sitting there like, damn, he know everything she doing. He know her conversation. I'm sitting there like when I'm sitting there right there next to him, when I'm hearing them saying, this is what Shakir Stewart was saying to Kim Porter on the phone that made him mad. That made him so mad at Shakir Stewart when he went to L.A. Reid party, hit him with the chair. You don't think if he hit a man with a chair for dating this girl, they gonna have a fight at home too. You know what I mean? That's why, they say he busts her nose up on the boat. And have you ever been to Sandro Pay's see a brother play a mandolay? Remember that was in his song? I need a good woman next to me. So then it happened in what was it, Sandro Pay? Like that island. And then he bust her nose. They tried to make it seem like she slipped and fell. She slipped and fell and broke her nose. Nah, the truth was she slipped and fell and landed on his fist. Yeah, but that's what happens when you put your hands on females. I don't really have much respect for a man who's physically abusive towards women, man. I kind of think they be kind of suspect. I'd be like, man, girls fight girls.
This, some critics argue, reflects the pattern many people have long associated with Sean Diddy Combs. Another detail that raised eyebrows was how the documentary addressed Diddy's famously exclusive parties. For decades, these gatherings were rumored to attract some of the most powerful figures across multiple industries: A-list celebrities, star athletes, and influential insiders. Yet the documentary offers almost none of that context. Viewers see no major names and hear very few detailed accounts about what actually happened at these events. Considering that many high-profile figures were publicly linked to Diddy for years, the lack of discussion, and the sudden silence from many of those same names, has left some viewers questioning why such a significant part of the story was barely explored.
So what are your thoughts on all the his celebrity friends that denounced those allegations and were like, this is false, and they were saying, yeah, should they speak up now?
It's getting a little too late for those who are complicit. Stevie J should be charged. Mary J. Blige should also be charged. Jennifer Lopez should definitely be charged. Jay-Z should be charged. Khaled should be charged. Rick Ross should be charged. Usher should be charged and tried with him. Or for Justin Bieber alone.
Jaguar Wright also argues that many people spend too much time focusing on the music industry while ignoring the environment Sean Diddy Combs may have grown up in long before fame. In her view, the real story behind the man he became begins inside his childhood home. Wright claims that while Diddy's mother was busy living her own life, there were often different people coming in and out of the house. According to her, that kind of environment, surrounded by unfamiliar faces and constant activity, can leave a lasting impact on a young child. She believes that experiences from those early years may have shaped him deeply, long before the pressures and influences of the music industry ever entered the picture.
God knows what he saw and what happened to him in his own mama house. All of those strangers, them up involved, looking around, seeing what was going on. And let's just be clear, it sounds like her house was a house of, professional freak-offs. So who knows what he saw or what could have happened to him while she was busy entertaining people and pouring and getting tips, as she would say, for her after-hour life.
Oh yeah. He was. I'm gonna say he was surprised to hear that.
School bus driver. No, was he surprised or was he like, zip it, you talking too much? Because that's what it looked like to me. It looked like you talking a little bit too much. They don't need to know about that. While she was sitting up there, because I was a bus driver and I was this, and I worked at the after hours. And I would pour them drinks and they would give me big tips.
In Sean's own words, in Diddy's own words, he had said he had a sigh of relief learning that he was the son of a hustler or a gangster. Like he wanted that status. He wanted to say that he was like a sigh of relief is a wild thing to say. That your daddy was a gangster or a hustler. That's what you heard that he was.
Well, I mean, like Tim said, they had a bunch of blaxploitation movies being played around the house all the time. They grew up with the Mac playing. They grew up with Superfly playing. Like, I mean, if that's what you got going on, you got two women in the house and there's no men around, and these are what the little boys are watching. You got basketball players coming over late at night. You got hustlers coming over, PIMPs coming over, women who look like they were modeling for Jet Magazine coming over. Like, it sounds like the nature of the environment is what shaped their perception of what cool was. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure for him it was, oh man, that's who my dad was. So I'm sure for him, it made him feel good because all of that stuff that he was watching, he really came from that. But that was really his legacy. And yeah, I'm sure for him it felt good to know that his dad was this big hustler who turned out to be a snitch, who got his brains removed from his head in a very, very, very unpleasant manner.
She connects that mindset to the way hip-hop culture later began celebrating similar larger-than-life characters. Even many rap names and public personas, she argues, were inspired by old movie figures known for power, intimidation, and dominance. Jaguar Wright believes Sean Diddy Combs didn't just admire that image, he felt a deeper connection to it because it reflected elements of the environment he grew up around. In her view, that background helped shape the identity he later projected in the industry. Wright also raises questions about Diddy's relationship with his mother, describing it as unusual and, in her opinion, somewhat uncomfortable for reasons she suggests add another eerie layer to the story.
For the situation where they say he was trying to shape Misa into his mother, can you see that? Like,
Yeah, with the blonde hair and yeah, and all of that. I mean, somebody
really
asked the question, what kind of man puts his hands on his mother? The same kind of man that parties with his mom, the same kind of man who kisses his mom in the mouth, the same kind of man who seems to have accurate knowledge that his elderly mother can put both of her hands, her palms, on the floor and while she's standing up, bent over.
Oh damn, I ain't seen that one. Oh.
You never seen the Instagram video when he was talking about how his mom is still young and spry and how she still liked the party and how they was getting a IV drip?
Oh. Damn.
And she was kissing him in the mouth on the video when he was like, yeah, my mom can bend over and touch the floor with her palms.
No.
It's a very, very, very weird relationship.
Jaguar Wright argues that, in her view, the situation has come full circle, raising uncomfortable questions about Sean Diddy Combs' relationship with his own children. She claims that several people have alleged his children were present around situations they should never have been exposed to. Wright questioned what kind of parenting would allow something like that to happen, and why so many adults who may have witnessed these environments chose to remain silent. For her, the bigger concern is not just what allegedly happened, but the culture of silence that, in her opinion, allowed troubling situations to go unchallenged.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes into, he seems to be having, and again, I know the freak offs, that his son is there. Like, it seems like he likes to get down with his kids.
Yeah. But that wasn't all. Just to hear Little Rod say, like, the boys were around. Roger Bonds talked about the children as well. What kind of parenting relationship is that? But then again, that goes back to the conversation of Lori Harvey, Steve Harvey's daughter. It was all known that she was spotted in them streets with Justin, and then she was spotted in them streets with Diddy, and they all tried to sit there and pretend like that wasn't what it was. Like, I don't know if anybody has not noticed, but ever since Diddy got pinched, they've all been trying to pretend like all of the stuff that we've seen that happened, that they was all involved in, didn't happen. If Lori Harvey was hanging out, and it's kind of weird, like the whole relationship with Justin looks weird. He looks like Mini-Me with Dr. Evil. It's weird. Like, why are there people? Why is there sexual behavior going on? And why are people naked in front of their kids, G? Doing all kinds of stuff. And meanwhile, Misa's running around making comments about how she don't like the way that Eric Sermon was depicting her in the documentary. You don't like the way you're being talked about in the documentary. You don't like the fact that, because see, it wasn't Gene Deal, because Gene Deal said he wasn't there, and thank God that he was able to admit that. Kirk Burrows did say that he was there and present when Diddy was beating the brakes off Misa and putting the feet to her up underneath the car well.
What other revelations do you think could surface in the second wave of footage 50 Cent might release? If more unseen material truly exists, it could add an entirely new layer to the story surrounding Sean Diddy Combs. Share your thoughts and theories in the comments below. We want to hear what you think might come out next.